Hello and welcome to the EasyGeek TV channel. In this video, we're going to go through some suggested apps that I think there should be the basic starting one for newcomers to the Linux world. Albeit the Linux Mint Mate comes with a lot of necessary programs installed in it. We will refer to these as apps for short. We're still going to go through some suggestions as to make our life easier and everyday use more practical. So, as you probably, if you have followed this channel, you know that we have been working with the Linux Mint Mate edition. And although it's not as fancy as the Cinnamon edition, it is rock solid. And it does come with some quirks. And if you have seen other videos, as I said, you've probably noticed the double icons here at the taskbar on the right side, which is a bit of an unusual when it comes to the Mate desktop environment. I've not seen this issue, though, to be fair, on Ubuntu Mate, for example, although I've not used it for a long time. So we're going to deal with this first. And though it's not a permanent solution, it does help with every day. So let's go and get rid of that double icons. So go to the three dots here, right click, open System Monitor. And here on the apps that are open in the processes, find the Mate panel, as you can see here. And all you have to do is just right click on it and just do kill process. Go ahead with it and proceed. As you can see, it got rid of the double icons, right? So with that out of the way, I'm going to close this now and we'll go dive straight into the suggested apps and stuff. So first off, we're going to start with the note-taking apps, because I think this is a very important topic. And I know that I've installed Cherry Tree here. You can see by pressing the super key or the Windows key on your keyboard. And you will find here, if you type here, you'll find Cherry Tree, as you can see here. This is a very powerful note-taking app, right? And you can install this on the Linux Mint default repository. I'm going to fire that up now. I'm going to open Software Manager. And as you can see, if I type here Cherry Tree, it is indeed available for installing it on the default repository of Linux Mint. But I've installed it. I do suggest you install this and use it. It is a very powerful one, although there's a drawback to that as well, because it's a bit old and a bit old looking, but very powerful. One drawback is that it does not deal with markdown files. For that, we're going to install another app. So this is one of the suggested apps when it comes to note taking. So there you have it. You can. I'm not go through these now, but it is a tree-like structure. You can create a, let's say, test. And again, I'm not trying to stay here too long, and you can go on and create a branch into that, a subnode, test tree, whatever. Well, that's it. You get the idea. I mean, so I'm going to close that. Yeah, I'm going to save that. If you wish to save it, this is how you do it. Actually, I'm just going to go to the documents. Just going to give it a name. Let's say test. There you have it, Cherry Tree file, save it, and done. Right, so, okay, with that out of the way, now, the next program we're going to install is the QOnNotes. This is a very handy note-taking app, although it's not found onto the default repository of Linux Mint. We're going to install it through the website. I'm going to go through that now. So I've prepared a couple of tabs for this reason. There you have it, QOnNotes.org. If you go there and then select installation here on top, I might have to get rid of this message. Now, if you go all the way down, you can see here it says install on Ubuntu Linux and Linux Mint, which is the desktop family we're working now. All you have to do is fire up the terminal, either by just clicking here or Control Alt T to open it via the keyboard. Now I'm gonna just increase the font size here for it to be better. There you go. I think this is better. So let's get back to installing this. So all you have to do is copy these lines one by one. Go to the terminal window, right click, paste, hit enter, give your password. There you have it. Okay, enter again, done. Control L for clear. Let's get back to the browser. Now we have to add the repository showing the system as to where it can be found, so you can update later on. Paste that here again press enter, again enter. There you go, this is the key. Let's go back again. Now this is a normal procedure as you would install any other app from the terminal, but we're gonna do this for demonstration's sake. Let's go ahead and paste and enter. There you go. Now we can install it by just copying this or typing it if you wish to. Well, let's just type it, right? Let's do it. Sudo apt install q on nodes and just hit enter for it because everything is pre-selected. Let it install. So I'm trying to keep this video short. Let's see. There you go. Let's just see. Super key, Q on nodes. There you have it. Open it. And its suggestion is asking us where we want to save our nodes. I suggest you to create a subfolder for that, either on this folder they're suggesting under your home username nodes, or what I prefer to usually do is just select the documents folder, open that, and again it will create a node folder if not existing within this document, right? So we can go next, finish. So I don't know if you agree on this. Never mind. Not a big deal, really. You don't have to encrypt this, really. So I'm not going to encrypt this anyway. So let's just see. Not folders. Again, trying to... yeah, it's asking us to do that. No need to do this, really. I don't know why it's... let's just do that, really. Again, you don't have to do this, really. It's just annoying that they insist on doing this. Right, so there you have it. And sorry for this taking a lot of time. I'm just gonna create. All you have to do is just click this here, new node, and this is it. I know that you can. You can change the background color, which I've done because this is easier for your eyes. But we're gonna go and do some settings here real quick, really, if we can. There you have it. This is the most important, really. And what you want to do is to create a subfolder here. For some reason it did not create it, and I'm trying to go through this real quick. There might be typos there. So there you go. So that out of the way. Just ignore this, really. I don't know why some people, I don't want to encrypt anything, really. It does automatically create the date and so on. Well, you get the idea. And the files are automatically saved, but if they are not, you just press Control Save and it will be done. Right. Okay, with this out of the way, because this took more time than I would dedicate it to. Now, the next to install on the list that I've prepared is the Calibre book reader, and you'll see through let's go and type Calibre. This is a very good program, really. We want to select the Calibre option, not the Calibre bin, because this is a different story. You can access it from the web within the LAN network and so on and so forth, but we want the GUI option. We want this app to install on our computer, so we're going to go ahead with that. Yeah, give your password. So there you have it. I know this takes won't take too long, really. So next on the list is the, let me see, the shutter program. Do you take screenshots? So let's go straight to that. I'm not gonna deal with this because the not taking up already took a lot of time with us. Now, Linux Mint comes with a pre-installed screenshot. As you can see here, take screenshot. Although this is good, it might be a bit confusing to you, although very, very practical. So we're gonna go ahead and just install Shutter, which is much better, in my opinion. You can use it to save files and whatnot. So we're just gonna, yeah, once the Calibre program or app is installed, the install option will be given to us here. So it'll take a minute. So it's not, the Calibre app is not been installed just yet. We can go back, try again. Nope. Okay, bit of patience. Okay, so Calibre has been installed. We're going to install Shutter, and again we just have to agree with that. Next on the list is, let me see, unrar. If you use rar, rar files in the Windows world, rar files comes with the downzip rar compressed files. Although Linux does come with some of its own options, bzip, gzip, and the rest. So I'll recommend you going through this and change the directory where the screenshots are saved. Like, let's say it has selected the pictures folder, but again I would suggest creating a subfolder for that and just name it after the program Shutter. So then at least every screenshot you take on your desktop is being saved here automatically. So I'm not going to go through and explain how this works. So although we'll just make our video a bit longer. Now next on the list is unrar. As you can see, I've already installed it. Go ahead and install it. You don't see it, there's no graphical interface for it, so you might be confused. Next on the list is the MP3 encoder. If you deal with audio files, you might have to install this, or you might not have to, but it's easy to install. Nice to have. Done with it. Now next on the list is, well, let's start with the Brave Chrome-based browser, right? Let's do that. Again, you cannot find it here. I will prove this, what I mean. Brave is not located anywhere here. So we're going to go through the website to install this, really. So let's start and do that. We install QO nodes, and this is where you find Brave. And again, you have to go through the, so if you say select get Brave, I do not suggest you to do this because we want it to be able to update on every system update. The Brave team there has done it very easy for us to install it. Just click there, go to the terminal, and just paste it here. Very kind of them, really. So CURL is the latest. Then we go with this to add the keyring and the, for it to prove that things are genuine or not from some non-trusty source. And then we add the repository. So that is available on every update we do on our system. Just press enter here again. Done with that. Now we proceed to install. Actually, no, we're just gonna refresh the available apps in the repository. So we're gonna do that through this. Right. Forget about the warnings there. Nothing serious. And again, copy that. Go back to the terminal. Here you just paste the command, press enter. And again, the installation is going through. You might get the warning asking you if you want to verify. You just press enter that again. Let's wait for a bit for the Brave browser to install, to download and install. Another app we're gonna install is Synapse, a very handy little tool that helps us to launch apps on the fly and even find files and even launch files, if you can use that word, on the fly, is Synapse. Now you can go and find Synapse in the actual repository if you wish to. If you go here, as you can see, I've prepared this. You can install it from here, or you can install it from here as well. Just all you have to do is just sudo apt install Synapse. Again, you can choose which way you want to do. Same result, really. And there you have it. Synapse is installed. It's as easy as that. I'm going to demonstrate real quick here how you can use it. I'm just going to open that. Now, all you have to do is just go to the... Now, it's ready to use, but I'm going to show something here real quick. Might be handy for some people. I'm just going to say that this is a blank, freshly installed Synapse. So you might want to select the startup on login here. In your case, it might not be selected, but I've pre-installed this, so I've had to remove it and install it again for demonstration purposes. You get the idea, but all you have to do is just select startup on login. It's very handy. And then here, all I like to do is to set an alternate way or combo key on the keyboard to launch this like immediately. What I'll do is press the left alt key, keyboard key, and the L, as you can see here, Alt L. I'm just going to close that. And now if I press Alt L, it shows up immediately. And here you can just type anything you want to, like the Brave browser, anything. Literally every program you want to launch is here. You don't have to go through the menus around and trying to find something here, right? Trying to find it here and so on and so forth. It's way more practical to just fire up the Synapse Nifty app and just find the program there, like the Brasero for CD and DVD writing and so on and so forth. You get the idea. Now, the other program I strongly suggest you install is F-Search, a very little program with a big impact on your daily use of your computer. Same as the Synapse app, really. So all you have to do is copy this. And again, you go to the terminal window. Unfortunately, this is not available through the software manager here on Linux. And I'm going to demonstrate this, what I mean. If you go F-Search is not here, right? So I'm just going to close this now, as we don't need it here anymore. You get the idea. All you have to do, go to terminal, paste it here, enter, and there you have it, another enter, clean. And now just repeat the process of installing via the keyboard. Now here you can just use the up arrow key to find the sudo apt install and get rid of the previous program you installed by just keeping press the left alt key and the backspace. You get rid of the Synapse name there, and you just type F-Search, enter, and there you have it. It's a little program, as I said, but with very big impact. And now here I can prove that. So let's say you want to find a hidden document somewhere, right? You know that you've got a program somewhere in your computer, but you cannot find it. Let's just fire up F-Search. And I'm trying to keep this video as short as possible, really. And I apologize for this taking so long. So let's just say F-Search. It will open up. Now it will ask you to add a few folders. We can do that. I highly recommend doing that. All you have to do is honestly just add your home folder, select. Although you can select the root partition as well, but I don't recommend that because it will throw up some errors and you don't want to go through. Just really select your home folder, select, press OK, and now we'll find out everything. Let's say I've got somewhere something related to a business for some reason, and as you can see, I found it immediately. This is so handy, really. It will make your life easier if you decide to stay on Linux and use Linux for longer. Okay, so I think this pretty much covers the basic suggested apps I would go through. Hopefully this was of any use to you, practical use. If so, do please like the video, subscribe if you haven't too. And so far, if you're new to the Linux world, how are you finding the experience so far? And what would you like to be helped with? Like, what videos would you suggest in this, like in your experience? What you are finding hard to do in this example, right? So with that done out of the way, I think this video will be helpful for you, really. Do keep it somewhere saved, share it with other people who are new to the Linux community, and see you in another video. So bye for now. Thanks.